He never expected his past to walk into the same room that night. The parent-teacher meeting was supposed to be just another awkward evening where single parents gathered, nervously waiting to hear about grades and behavior. But when his eyes caught hers across the room, the same eyes he once promised forever to, his heart stuttered. She wasn't just the girl he once loved. She wasn't just the memory he carried like an old scar. Tonight, she was here as another parent, and the CEO of one of the biggest companies in the city. What he didn't know was that the feelings they buried years ago were about to rise again, stronger and deeper than before. Ethan had been a single dad for 6 years, ever since his wife walked out and left him to raise little Noah on his own. Life hadn't been easy, juggling 2 jobs, late-night homework sessions, and the quiet loneliness that filled the spaces when Noah was asleep. He never complained, though. His son was his world, his reason to keep going, his reason to smile even on the hardest days. Still, deep down, there was a part of him that longed for something more. A connection. A hand to hold. Someone to remind him he was more than just a father fighting through the grind of life. When the teacher began discussing Noah's progress, Ethan listened carefully, proud of his son's intelligence and kindness. But then, the classroom door opened, and time seemed to freeze. A woman in her late 30s walked in, confidence in every step, her tailored suit whispering success. Ethan's breath caught. Claire. The name still echoed in his mind like it was yesterday. She was his first love, the girl he met in college, the one who painted his dreams with color, the one who left for bigger things when their paths no longer aligned. He never hated her for leaving, but he never stopped wondering what if. And now here she was, standing only a few feet away, her eyes widening in recognition as they landed on him. The air shifted. The teacher's voice blurred. For a moment, it was just them, staring at each other with 1,000 unsaid words hanging between. Claire blinked, her polished smile faltering before she masked it again, slipping into the professional composure she'd mastered as CEO. But Ethan noticed the way her hands trembled ever so slightly, the way her eyes softened with something familiar. After the meeting, parents trickled out, leaving Ethan and Claire behind. The silence was heavy, filled with memories and regrets. "It's been a long time," she finally said, her voice gentler than he remembered. Ethan managed to smile, though his heart raced. "Yeah. A lifetime, it feels like." They caught up awkwardly at first, talking about Noah and her daughter, Lily, who happened to be in the same class. But soon the conversation slipped into old rhythms, inside jokes, shared memories of college nights, the laughter they once knew so well. For a fleeting moment, it was like no time had passed, yet reality was complicated. Claire wasn't just the girl he once loved. She was powerful, admired, wealthy. Ethan, on the other hand, was a single dad working tirelessly just to keep the lights on. He couldn't help but wonder, what would a woman like her ever see in a man like him now? But Claire had her own battles no title or wealth could shield her from. Behind her polished success was a lonely heart. Years of chasing boardrooms and stock prices left her missing the kind of love that wasn't measured in contracts or quarterly profits. Seeing Ethan again, the man who once loved her without conditions, stirred something deep in her. Something she thought she had buried long ago. Over the next few weeks, their paths kept crossing. School projects, soccer practice, late pickups, it was as if fate had decided to weave them back together. Each encounter chipped away at the walls they'd built. Ethan found himself smiling again in ways he hadn't in years. Claire rediscovered the warmth of being seen not as a CEO, but as a woman with hopes, fears, and dreams, but the challenges were real. Gossip spread among parents, whispers about the powerful CEO spending time with a man who lived paycheck to paycheck. Ethan's insecurities grew. He didn't want Noah to think he wasn't enough. Meanwhile, Claire struggled with pressure from her world, her board, her image, her responsibilities. Could she really open her heart again, especially to a man who represented everything simple and real she had once left behind? One night, after a school fundraiser, they stood beneath the soft glow of streetlights, children laughing in the distance. Ethan finally broke the silence. "You don't belong in my world, Claire. I can't give you the kind of life you're used to." His voice cracked with the weight of truth, but Claire stepped closer, her eyes shimmering. "And what if I don't want that life anymore? What if I just want you? The man who never stopped believing in me. The man who's raising an incredible son. That's the life I've been searching for." The words hit him harder than he expected. Tears stung his eyes as years of doubt melted away. For the first time, Ethan let himself believe that maybe love could find him again, not the reckless kind of love they once knew, but a deeper, stronger one built on the lives they had lived, the struggles they had overcome. As Noah and Lily ran up, laughing and tugging at their hands, Ethan and Claire exchanged a look that spoke louder than any promise. The past had broken them, but the present was offering a second chance. And this time, they wouldn't let go, because sometimes love doesn't just return, it comes back stronger, forged by time, pain, and the beautiful chaos of life. And as they walked away together, children by their sides, one thing was clear: falling in love again wasn't the end of their story. It was only the beginning.